and welcome to Add More Zest. My name's Rebecca, also known as 4Kids at 147. Happy Fansells Friday to you all. So I have picked a few items from another sort of section on Fansells website to share with you all. As many of you know, I absolutely adore doing some mini paintings, and there are a lot of companies bringing out a lot of different sort of smaller paintings now, mini paintings. So I thought I'd have a look and pull some of the ones that Fansells have on their website that look a little bit different to what I've seen before. So still smaller, but different smaller, if that makes sense. Because variety is the spice of life. So I've got 3 different ones. They actually all come in the same sort of packaging. So they're potentially by the same manufacturer or company that makes them. But these ones actually sort of come as like a complete set. So I think these would be really quite nice, maybe gifts. Or maybe again ones to sort of take on holiday with you or something like that. So let's have a look. These are all what I call partial paintings. So you don't actually do everything on the painting, but you do actually do a lot of the coverage. So we've got all the way around the edge, you are doing it, but they're not sort of butted together the same way they are on a full drill painting. And then you've got highlights within the leaves, within the flowers, etc. And you also get a frame to put it in when you've finished. So if you cut round this edge, by the looks of it, you may lose like 1 row around this outside, maybe 1, but it's actually really close when I sort of put my finger on where the edges are, which is probably why they've got it there. But you will be able to see all the other 3-4 rows once they are inside a frame that is made to match. So this does have acrylic, so you will need to peel off the cover, and it can be hung up or just propped up. So if you know somebody who wants to do some diamond painting but maybe actually wants to, like, you know, complete something fully without it being too overwhelming, these would be very nice stocking fillers. You do get a basic toolkit with pen, green boat and wax, and of course you get the diamonds. Now the ones in here are actually a mixture of diamonds and rhinestones. It's only got 12 colours, so you're not going to overwhelm somebody too much. So for the actual diamonds, we do actually have DMC numbers with these as well. So for the DMC ones, we have 3 different types of green, which you do within the leaves. We also have the blue, which is actually this background piece here behind the flowers. Then we have number 5, which is also a colour that's used on the leaves. A little bit of sort of a greeny turquoise colour. And then we have the white, which is what actually sort of extends your frame. You do a bit of the frame in white. And then we have some gorgeous rhinestones for the flowers themselves. So we have 3 different colours of pink and an orange. We also have some purple and some like silver or clear white. So those ones actually go sort of more in the middle of the flower. So if you think you're going to have your DMC numbers or your plainer drills on your frame, your leaves and your background, and then your flowers are going to pop with the rhinestones. That is a really cute little gift actually. For somebody who has an interest in diamond painting but doesn't have the time, Though I know a load of us make time, but some people haven't yet got that addiction well and truly settled in, and therefore don't yet have the full time to do any. These are great because, say, they can complete them, frame them, everything that they need is in here. And if they get hooked, they can then go get pretty pens, pretty trays, and all the rest. So that was number 1, which was the tulips. Number 2 that I got, if I can get at it, you do get the toolkit again, is this gorgeous scene. We have 3 rhinestones in this one. So the rhinestones are actually the orange that is sort of like these autumnal trees. So it's the outside of these autumnal trees and the roof of the house. Also, these little red flowers. So if you can see here where it says LZ, if it's focusing properly, but numbers 6, 7 and 8, which are 2 oranges and a red, are the rhinestones. So say we've got the roof, we've got these darker red flowers in the field, and then we've got not all of the trees, the middle part is a deep red colour, sort of more of a rusty colour, but we do have these red and orange rhinestones on the actual trees themselves. And again, that one will fit in the frame. That one actually looks a little bit closer. So whereas on the tulip one, it looked like maybe one edge would be tucked under the frame a little bit, or under the mount part of the frame a little bit. This one looks like it's more of an exact fit. So again, you cut round here, but if you can see, we haven't actually got anything all the way round this outside edge. So that is number 2. These are 15 by 20 centimetres, by the way, these images, just in case you're wondering on size. So not a mini, but it is still a small, and because they are partial, that is potentially why they have the images can be so much more detailed. And then for number 3, again, we have a frame. We have rhinestones and standard diamonds, the toolkit, and here is the picture. So again, this one's like the other one. We don't actually have the diamonds going right the way to the end. But for this one, we have 7 that are rhinestones. So quite a few more that are rhinestones. So the pink is rhinestones. What have we got else is 10, 11 and 12. Oh, and a lot of the green is also rhinestones. I'm trying to, it might be easier to work out what's not rhinestones when I'm looking at it now. So the sky and the clouds are not, neither is the path. So your path and stuff is going to be basic. Well, I say basic, they still look gorgeous. But your trees and your plants and your windmill is definitely going to pop more because they're rhinestones. Number 1 is we've got a thin line of blue across here, just a little bit on the path and a little bit on the shadow under these little ducks and the little dog. Number 2, this is where I can never find one. Oh, number 2 was the clouds. Number 3 is the actual front part of the windmill. So this, the actual wind part, sorry. The mill part's inside, isn't it? But that part and the top of the windmill is in your standard colours. Number 4 number 4 and number 5, because number 6 is all the path and a couple of little highlights on the Windmill, but all your pink is rhinestones. So where's number 4 and 5? Oh, 5 is a scattering within the trees, more so on these darker trees. So your pink trees will be rhinestones, your darker trees won't be. And then there is a little scattering of number 6, which is 5200, the white. There is a little scattering in the trees, but the bulk of it is not. What have I not found? Number 4. Oh, there's a couple of number 4s here in the tree. It looks like it is where it is picked up the brown of the branches. It is, so it's the trunk of the tree. But of course, most of your blossom will be in the rhinestones. So yeah, a mixture of the two in there. That's the colour for those trees on the back that are in the normal diamonds, and then of course you've got your rhinestones for your brightness. So yeah, really like those as, say, gifts, things for people to try, a nice alternative if you want to do you know, a smaller, quicker project, but not a tiny one. Or maybe you've done all your tiny ones, or maybe you're saving those for another day. These are a great little option. So I will pop a link to each of these down below. I say, great little stocking gifts as well. These ones, I think. Though, might be a bit early to think stocking fillers. Maybe, maybe not. I think there's no excuse not to pop any in your basket while you go in anyway, because they do look really, really fun to do. And the fact that they can be framed and all done and complete, you know, in one package rather than having to then go and buy a frame. I think that makes them perfect. So yeah, let me know your thoughts down below. But thank you all so much for watching, and I'll speak to you all again soon.